Hi, this is Zen, and we're on location in Sedona at the UFO and ET conference, and I'm standing here with Hal Wilcox, who for 14 years was an educator and a school teacher, left that industry, went into the motion picture business doing special effects, and experienced his first contactee experience in 1961, and was followed up in 1963 by an actual physical contact. Now, Hal, what was the essence of the message that they gave you at that time? Why did they contact you? And how did that experience evolve?
I was contacted because I was constantly asking questions from 1952 as to what's really going on this planet. I was in a foxhole in Korea when I started asking questions, and I didn't realize I was being guided or observed while I kept on asking questions. So as I asked questions, I got answers. It simply follows that way.
Now, did these answers come telepathically, in the physical realm, or what?
Well, it started when I approached authorities and found out they really didn't know what they're talking about. I then started doing hypnotic regressions for 2 years. Then I learned how to go into a trance contact myself and contact the ascended teachers. And for 2 years they came through me, my physical body. And then I channeled for 6 years. And at the end of the 6 years, we were told that this had been rebroadcasted through a physical device over the building, and we should go outside and physically see the device hovering over the building, which was a UFO.
And what did it look like?
It looked like a flying saucer, a bill-type craft that's 33 feet some across, and what George Adamski successfully photographed for many, many years. This government says this is swamp gas, of course.
Right. Well, what was the essence of the message that they gave you?
My assignment was governance, to see to America completing her third test of destiny as started in 1774 in the home of Benjamin Franklin. Our first test was religious freedom, our second was equal opportunity or rights, and our third test has to do with American heritage, use it or lose it. So I've had to advance through 7 projects and the last 40 years to come to this point.
Could you synopsize those projects?
Yes, Project 1 was to find the others who had been contacted and see what the result was. In every case, they formed another religion, a world religion. Project 2 was to explain to the scientific community what would happen if we allowed our endolic immune system to continue collapsing or if we enhanced it. The result is that we continue to let it collapse and we have AIDS, AIDS today, instead of enhancing it and being stronger as a race. Project 3 was to set up an all-world radio network, shortwave, so we would have honest, good communication around the world of people speaking the truth. Project 4 had to do with learning how to generate life force, store it, and use it something like you would understand electricity to power up and give what happened in Project 5, artificial intelligence in a computer, which I then did Project 5. Project 6, which has caused me to leave the educational community and go into the motion picture industry, was to learn to put stories in pictorial form. So I put this entire story together and it was shown on television coast to coast in 1978. The country of Japan, because it was not receptive at all in the country of America.
And the name of that production was?
Well, it was NTV Productions, and they have now shown the truthful UFO story for the last 10-15 years in the country of Japan. It's just now, as you're doing now, beginning to leak out to America.
People have the right to know.
Yeah, but we have not received information.
Right.
Various media have been clamped down on and not allowed to put out certain stories.
And why do you think that is?
Control.
Doesn't the media give us a clear picture?
Control by misinformation or lack of information. And what's happening is, as you are doing this, you are informing people.
Now, what about Project 7?
Project 7 has to do with American heritage and America's third test of destiny, which in both cases has to do with causing people to find out who they are, where they came from, and what they came here to do, and then wake up to that reality, and then advance and be part of the already graduated 59 other graduate colony planets in this galaxy. We all came here together, and this is the last planet to graduate, and we have not graduated.
Now, is that something akin to balancing inner and outer reality, so to speak? what goes on inside of us, internally, our thoughts, our experience, and the exterior world?
Well, it had to do with social more than anything else, to evolve a system of government whereby we would abide by spiritual law, and yet this government would be by and for the people. It's exactly what the United States started out to be, but unfortunately today we're polluting it, selling it, burning it, spitting on it, flushing it down the toilet.
And we only have a 38% voter turnout for the last presidential election. What does that tell you?
Yeah, well, that's the whole point, that if we were to take advantage of being an American, in America, go to our public libraries, well, some of them still are open, and use these things to learn, such as what you're doing. You're helping educate people in your own way. People would act differently, but unfortunately the various medias are trying to keep information from the people, and the people themselves now, who are pretty much brainwashed, don't want to hear anything new, because it would turn their religious thing upside. That's it, rock the boat. And that's one thing we don't want to do, is rock the boat with perfect or correct information.
And whether it be governmental culture, organizational culture, corporate culture.
Any subject. So I'm one of these rare birds that was contacted physically, even as I lay my hand on your shoulder, physically contacted, and given various assignments, which has caused me to travel around the world to various countries, to bring about conditions that have changed. Not to be an evangelist or start another religion. That was my first project, to make sure I did not start any more religions, but to try to share the truth and also to get certain things accomplished, as which I've already enumerated to you. So right now it's mainly to help people realize that once before we got so involved with high-tech entertainment that we forgot who we were and what we came here to do.
Maybe we need to form edutainment rather than entertainment.
Well, that sounds cute, but I think that's what the problem is, that people are more involved with sitting in front of the boob tube.
And movies and things like that.
Etc. I'm not going to, because I work with emotional literacy, so I'm not going to slap or bite the hand that feeds me.
Right.
But I think these tools can be used in a more effective manner, as you are doing right this moment.
How, bottom line, what's going to happen if we pay attention?
Two things. We're going to come out of this thing the way it was intended by God and man on planet Earth, a successful nation, the United States of America. And the other thing, we're going to destroy ourselves. We're going to self-destruct. No one's going to do it to us. Your friends and my neighbors are going to help us self-destruct.
Let's hope that doesn't happen.
Those are the other choice is that it'll be postponed another year, perhaps.
Any personal advice you can give to our viewers that may be having some experiences such as you've described?
Yeah, I would suggest that people kind of wake up, not in a religious sense, but just pay attention to what's really going on. Bill Cooper came forward and tried the scare tactics, and I thought it would get everybody woke up, but it would scare the heck out of everybody, and it didn't really do the job.
Drove them further in the sand.
Correct. Yes, sir. So I think that the word hope is awfully weak. So that's what I was saying inside here. I think that people have to realize there is a plan. It was laid out 3,992 years ago, and it's very much in force now and on course. But we have to continue with that plan until it's completed. And you're doing your bit in helping.
Thanks, Hal, and so are you. Thanks for your time.
Nice talking to you.
And thank you.